Good evening, guys. Good evening, YouTube world. This is Sahara again, and I thought I'd drop by real quick with a brief video um, talking about the book that I'm currently reading right now. It is called Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman. Unfortunately, I have not found a buddy reader yet, and that kind of sucks, but you know, these kind of things happen, so I'm going to push through this book by myself. I say push through the book as if like I'm not enjoying this book. Totally loving this book. I'm totally invested in this book. The only thing is I'm freaking tired. And usually the only time I get to read is at night before I go to bed. So I'm going to keep it brief. I just kind of wanted to go over some of my thoughts of this video. This video. Lord help me. This book. Totally invested in the characters of this book. So, since my last video, I was on page 20. I have graduated to page 56. And thus far, what's happened is this book is about a girl. What is this girl's name? I forgot it that quick. I'm so horrible with names, but her name is Maria. That's what it is. She was found. The book, it takes place in the 1600s to begin with, which is freaking crazy because that was like a real long time ago. Anyway, the little girl was kind of given away by her, I guess, kind of selfish mother, because her mother, well, not so selfish because she's letting the girl live. But anyway, she is found by a woman who's a witch. Her name is Hannah. And Hannah raises this girl up. This girl is, you know, followed by a crow who kind of protects the little girl and whatnot. Anyway, Hannah's mother, she comes to creep up on the little girl because even though she gave her daughter up, she still kind of had a heart and wanted to know what was going on with her daughter. She's cheating on her husband, and she didn't want her husband to find out that that little girl was not his. So she had to get that baby out of there. So years later, I'm thinking little girl Maria might be about 8 years old or so, between 8 and 10. Anyway, mom comes back and she's all battered and bruised trying to get away from her husband, and husband tracks her down, realizes she's reached out to a witch, and he burns down their house. But in doing so, he ends up hurting himself because around the house there's a lot of, what do you call that, like natural things that grow, like plants or whatever, that are poisonous. So he gets wind of that and he becomes super duper sick. So his health is ailing, and the little girl sees her foster mother murdered, essentially. She gets away. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to go find my real mama. She's out in the world all by herself. And she goes and she finds her real mama. And her real mama takes her in. But now we're at a point where her husband, he's all dying and sick because he killed Hannah the witch. And he's kind of getting some of what he deserves. I don't think he died yet. But anyway, so Hannah's mama, what is her name again? She kind of selfish. It's Rebecca. That's what it was. Rebecca, she's kind of like, woohoo, we can just get out of here and I can go on with my life. I don't have to live with this crazy man anymore. And I could just go be with my lover because I don't have to deal with this guy anymore. So she's afraid that her husband's family is going to come back and get, you know, the house. So she goes to her lover, and the lover turns out to be the little girl, Maria's dad. And these two, this couple, their love is so amazing. It's the type of love I would like to have, but then again, maybe it's kind of dangerous kind of love, because what they end up doing is it's like, we're so in love, and even though we have this beautiful child together, well, we can't raise this girl. We want to be together. And they put the girl on a ship because they are so in love with each other, they just can't fit their own daughter in their lives, which is crazy. So to me, it sounds like little Maria, she is on the fast track to growing up. I feel so bad for her. But all this happened in 56 pages. And I'm just like, Wow, that's great. Totally invested in this story. I'm super tired. I'm going to go ahead and try to read more before I go to bed. But like I read a lot and I get a lot of the characters mixed up and sometimes the storyline. So I kind of figured if I document it while I am reading, then I can kind of keep up with what's going on because like my brain is just is tired. So anyway, little Maria, she's on a boat right now. We don't know where this little girl is going, but the ending, like that last sentence I read, I'm thinking she's not going to see her mama anymore. And I'm just like, gosh, how do you live without your mom? Anyway, let me go ahead and read this last short paragraph. But it's giving me the indication that this girl, she's about to grow up super duper fast. And I totally want to know what happens next. Okay. So mother and daughter said their goodbyes on the dock, embracing one another, their true feelings surfacing. Despite all the time they had spent apart, they had similar